I presume that's already on your Christmas playlist.
You were right at the beginning. I didn't love it.
The massive yawn you did midway through the song, is that because you didn't like it or because you've been up since 5 a.m?
Both. Bit of a crooner. No, I'm guessing, was that Elvis?
Wow, Louis. Sometimes you surprise me because
I
think you've learnt nothing, and then sometimes you have learnt something, but...
I tell you why I guessed that.
But you're wrong, Louis. You've learnt nothing. It doesn't even sound like him, Louis. No. Wrong.
It sounded like a cross between Elvis and some crooner, but the reason I thought it might be is
a crooner.
Well, when we did the top 10 or top 5, and you was like, who had the most top number ones or whatever, and it was Elvis. So that made me think, if we're doing Christmas number ones, maybe... And it sounded close. Okay, right. So who's it by then?
Failure there. Al Martino, of course.
Never heard of him.
One of the great Italian-American
sounds
pop
like
crooners.
a cocktail.
And that song was Here in My Heart.
I'll have an Al Cocktail on the rocks, please.
Yeah, well, you could do. Topped the charts in 1952. So that was not only was that the first song of the podcast, probably most importantly the first song of the podcast, it was the first Christmas number one.
I mean,
but more than
Christmas
that,
has been going like 2,000 years. There would have been.
Yeah, but there hasn't always been a UK
Away in a
pop
Manger
singles
they were
chart
singing
for 2,000 years, has there, Louis?
When they probably had a sing song around the crib, back in the Nazareth.
Sing song round the crib, yeah, maybe, yeah. But also, that was the first ever UK number one at all from the official charts.
So that was like the first week they ever did a chart.
Well, the official, yeah, because before there were different charts. So Enemy
that
had
is
one,
actually
this is the official.
A good factoid there.
And yeah, it was already a number one in sheet music sales. They used to do a sheet music sales chart, and it had already hit number one before being the first number one and the first Christmas number one. Written by Pat Gennaro, Lou Levinson, and Bill Borelli.
I was just thinking about what was going on in 52. So post-war, I was imagining Elvis in his like military uniform.
You're obsessed with Elvis.
But this is a bit after that, a bit after the war.
It was after World War II. Yep.
Right. But it sounded like it was a gramophone record or something. There was a bit of hiss there. What else was going? 50 people in.
Probably was released on gramophone. You think 52?
The 50s was all like suburbia and washing machines being invented. And
you want to quickly define a decade quickly, just so you can place this record.
Engineers going to work in shirts with short sleeves and pens in their top pockets. Yeah.
Men doffing their work caps as they go off to work at mill.
And then of a weekend, then people would go out and buy this record and listen to it, and that's how they entertain themselves.
So they can listen to it along with their sheet music that they'd already bought.
I mean, it's not a banger. Now, anyone who's listened to this podcast
I think
before
they disagree with you back in 1952 when they were buying the sheet music and the record, didn't they?
It sounds like a Cornetto advert now, I think.
Well, that does, yeah. Thing is, you definitely have seen him before.
Have I?
On the big screen.
Oh,
so he was an actor as well. Have you seen The Godfather? Have you heard of The Godfather?
Yes! I watched the first two recently.
Johnny Fontaine.
The character.
Yes.
Based on...
That is Al Martino. And it was based on Frank Sinatra, in the film.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Oh, okay. So, you're right, a proper old crooner. Well...
Do you know what he's doing now?
Dead, probably, I imagine.
Yeah, he's dead. 2009.
Popped his old...
Dead.
Speaking of that, there was a bit of harp in this, a bit of, like, heavenly harp. I did like the harp bits.
You like the harp? You probably enjoy my song Dancing.
Oh, does that have a...
Which I said, what? You don't know?
I must have listened to that song loads of times. If it's on your most recent album.
It starts with just a harp. Don't know what you think it is. Dancing.
Is that the same album that has Alchemy Rose on?
No, it's from Travelling Man, the first album.
Oh, I haven't listened to that one as much. Right, okay. I should listen to that.
Haven't listened to that as much.
Ever. At all. No, I have.
Well,
one day I cleaned the entire house and listened to your entire back catalogue during COVID. Yes.
Is that good? I presume you were naked during COVID as well. Will that help you?
I feel a bit odd that you imagining me naked. Should we move on to...
Nothing wrong with imagining you naked, Lee. Some people think I've been too mean to you.
Do they?
Yeah.
Well, they're right.
I had a message.
I've got a thick skin
after the last podcast came out.
Yeah. Okay.
My mum sent me a message saying, "Oh, why are you so mean to Louis? I wanted to give him a hug."
Oh.
It shows she hasn't seen you. She'd recoil in horror. And then an old friend met in the old quizzing days, Joel Boom Holmes. Hello, Joel.
Hello,
He
Joel.
said, "Oh, you're right, mean to Louis." He's northern. That's why I was doing it in the perfect northern accent. He said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, as you keep listening, and you'll see he deserves it." He said, "I'm beginning to see that." So yeah, do you feel you're abused on this podcast? You stupid fucking twat.
Yes, in a word. But on the other hand, I feel like you come off worse because you just come off as the arrogant bully. So in a way, I'm giving you enough rope to hang yourself.
You think I come off worse? Really?
Yes.
I mean, no one has said that. They sound mean to you, but I think they all prefer me.
Well, I mean, have they put that in writing, or is that you're just just
in writing and all sorts? Yeah.
Well,
poor Louis.
This has been the nature of our friendship for 20 years.
Yeah, that's true.
That is, yeah.
Do you remember who was the last number one single, and the number one single before that, and the number one single before that, and the number one
Christmas?
single before that?
Oh, fucking sausage roll one.
Yes, Lad Baby. They pulled out this year.
Good.
After 5 consecutive number one singles,
off,
including hits like "I Love Sausage Rolls." I love sausage rolls. I haven't heard it, but I presume it's that. Don't stop me eating. Yeah. And it's a chart record. The first act to score 5 consecutive Christmas number one singles.
I mean, Christmas singles often are novelty tunes, but that one...
Novelty. You bring up novelty. That's interesting, Louis.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to this.